Good morning. How is everyone today? I don't know about you, but I was raised in a family where the word pledging was a thing. And growing up, it was a thing that was clearly led by my father. Dad was a North Carolina-born childhood prankster, governed by a very entrepreneurial, business-savvy mother. Harriet, or my grandmother Hattie Thorne, knew their small-town banker, kept food on their Depression-era table, and their heads financially above water. Most of all, Hattie loved her family and imbued each of them with her backwards and forwards knowledge of the Bible. Growing up among Dad's many roles in our family included sitting at the kitchen table, pulling out his checkbook on Sunday mornings, methodically writing out a check for some mystery amount, then slowly pulling that check from that book, and finally carefully placing it in the jacket pocket of his three-piece suit. Once we got to church, the job of placing said check into the offering plate was the responsibility delegated to myself or to my older brother. As a kid, while it was never explained to me, I quickly interpreted this weekly gift as a very highly respected and solemn offering to demonstrate our family's appreciation, not just for our little suburban Wisconsin church, but to honor and thank God for the good health and fortune He had bestowed on our family. I'm lucky to have carried this memory up through my teenage and adult life to today. As a 20-something, having then moved to San Francisco for college and later to spend most of my adult life, the practice of making financial gifts or pledging to my then church came naturally, giving me a sense of immense satisfaction. The money I was making, which I imagine was no way near what many of my fellow Pacific Heights worshipers were probably giving. It was supporting what spiritually was feeding me. That church was aiding its own members and our broader community, but more personally had become a very large, supportive second family to me. What I love about Piedmont Church is that everyone here is welcomed, no matter your race, sexual orientation, or what has been your faith journey up till now. From the first day I stepped into this church almost 20 years ago, I've been greeted with warmth, sincerity, faith, kindness, and grace. The spirit within this church and from all of you led me to become a church member, a volunteer usher, a volunteer on the marketing task force with Don, wherever he is, and eventually leading me to serve on the board of deacons, the board of trustees, and now on the stewardship committee, which is full of very talented and fun volunteers, I will say. With my stewardship hat on, I fully realize that many people don't have the same memories or traditions of financial giving or pledging as I do. People give and serve in a variety of ways, especially with their time and talent. Your dedication to serving and ministering to one another within this church and beyond the doors is tremendous. And it's just one example of what makes this place and this church a thriving, joyful place to be. Hopefully you all have received the mail this past week, as I did, this little reminder card from your favorite neighborhood stewardship committee. It's us in the back, all smiling, having fun, which we do. It's a reminder that next Sunday, as Steve has mentioned, is our Commitment Sunday. We're really excited about it, and we're going to have a lot of fun, and we've got a great reception planned for you, for each of you, so definitely stick around. And as Steve has said earlier in his quote on the back of the card, this is a very important day in the life of this church. Our goal will be to celebrate God's faithfulness to us in individuals and as a church, and express our gratitude in the tangible way of dedicating our financial commitments to Piedmont Church. So regarding financial giving, I want to put to rest any perception one might have that, quote, my gift is too small to matter, or there are others in this church that are giving more money than me, so my pledge or gift doesn't make a difference. This is so untrue. Let me be very clear. Piedmont Church has no litmus test for financial giving. There is no such thing as a too small financial gift. All I ask you, as does your Fund Stewardship Committee, is that you give. Give in proportion to how God has blessed you and your family's life. We need your financial gifts now more than ever. If you're financially giving to Piedmont Church, thank you, thank you, thank you. The one last thing I wanted to tell you is my dad's name. His name was Theophilus Taylor Thorne III. Isn't that a mouthful? For those whose Greek is a little rusty, Theophilus translates to love of God. And my Bible-minded descendants found it in Luke and in Acts. We aren't Greek, and with the many grade school fights my dad was in, kids defending his name, he thought that name Theophilus was more of a curse than a blessing. That said, his family wanted to be reminded that God's love was present with them and in him every day, with or without a bloody nose. For me, it's been a blessing to have Theophilus in my corner since I was born, and to this day, in my heart. And to each of you, I pray a lot of Theophilus fills your life and your family's lives in the same way it has with mine. Thank you.